Happy Wednesday. How are we today? What's up? It's Wednesday. It's like trying to think of a Wednesday song. There's no Wednesday songs. We need a Wednesday. Anyone? Anyone have a Wednesday song? So today I'm going to just dive right in. Just want to say hi. I hope we are all happy and healthy and finding things to do to brighten our day as we, share a very unique time in our history that we will talk about for the rest of our lives, right? I think, anyway. I'm seeing lots of cool stuff happening. I love all the creativity that's happening out there as people find ways to, I can't see your chat. Hang on. That's why it looks different. Okay, there we go. Hey, Christina. So, I'm seeing so much creativity out there that's very, very inspiring. And I know that there's still a lot of fear, a lot of uncertainty. My heart goes out to anyone who's in pain or suffering. But we want to be a place here that we can be, forget about life for a while. Come on in, as Billy Joel says. Last week I couldn't remember who it was. Then Ed reminded me. So yeah, so just, we want to be a place, not that we're not going to forget or sweep under the rug or anything like that, but we want to be this kind of safe haven where people can come in, we can talk about movies, we can have some fun together, and hopefully us uplifting people's spirits and talking about opportunity and things that are happening and ways that we can kind of create things will help in kind of rise the tide. That's our goal anyway. So I always want to kind of preface everything we do with that, because I want to make sure that we're sensitive to it, and that we're also, we're not just kind of blindly looking on. We really are trying to find ways to provide things to help people. So that said, let's dive in to launching. Woo! So this is an online, we have an online business, obviously. We have our Facebook group. We do, if you're new to Hollywood Gatekeepers, we have a lot of different trainings. We do trainings we are streaming live right as we speak, so fancy, into YouTube and onto our Facebook page and into our Facebook group. And then right after this, we head straight on over to Instagram, and we also do a live there on Wednesdays. And then we actually just started a new thing this week, which I highly recommend. It's really cool. We were only going to do it for a week, but I think we might do it longer because I love it. It's been so nice. So, and that's homeroom. So you may have gotten an email about this. If not, put your email address in the chat. Hey there, people popping on. It's called homeroom. Remember homeroom? Remember homeroom? You kind of go to home. That's my impersonation of homeroom. So you go crack myself up. I wonder what the neighbors think. So I was staying in Montreal when all this happened, and I'm still in Montreal. So with people that don't know me, and I have shared neighbors, and I'm not used to that because I have a house at home. So hi, Facebook user that says to you. So that's to means you, and I'm learning French. Only it means I'm saying to you anyway. Should we have a French lesson, class? So hey, Carol, nice name. Anywho, so we're doing homeroom, and that is every single morning, 8:30 a.m. California time, 9:30. I got this 9:30 Mountain Time, 10:30 Central Time, 11:30 Eastern Time. Because so many people are like, "What time is that again?" I don't know who that was. That was me. That was me. So I do a mastermind. There's 4 women in it, and at one point, all 4 of us were like, "What?" Thinking, because your brain thinks better when you go like this. It's like you twist. Okay, anyway, Doug's here, yay! It's Cindy. Hey, Cindy. So 8:30 in the morning. Good evening. Nice to see you, Vicki. We get together for homeroom. We check in. I take roll. I don't take roll. I do Mickey Mouse roll call though, kind of like we're doing right now, where I say hello to people, whatever. I say hello, and then everybody writes in the chat what they're going to work on, and then I literally set a timer, ding, 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 and then we work for 15 minutes, ding, ding, ding. Why I need to put soundtrack under my life, but I do. Hey, Bonnie. So then we get together and we turn on the sound. We turn on the ding, ding, ding for 15 minutes. boom, and we knock it out. And we just work on something. And everyone's, well, some people have their cameras on, but it's kind of like this, but we can see each other, or some people have their cameras, some people don't, just says their name. It's on Zoom. And we just work for 15 minutes. And then that, a lot of people have said that it works for me too, is that it sparks them into, so I'm like, don't stop, we hang up, but people keep going. And I'm seeing like people are getting stuff done, just 15 minutes. Isn't that amazing? Because we know that one of the things that is really hard right now is, what is this? I don't know who that is. What is this? What have I come across and what's going on? And who are you? And why are you talking at me? You mean what is homeroom? Or you mean what is this? This is a Facebook group. And then so that's one of our, so I'm talking about what this is. So we do live trainings. And so we've got homeroom every single morning. So look in here, you'll see a picture that says homeroom. That's a clue. And then underneath that is a link. And so join us tomorrow morning. We're doing it every single day, and we're going to continue to do it next week. There, I said it. Yay, you can watch me live from YouTube. Fun. I'm so glad. It is neat, huh? I like that we're in these different places. It's neato. So that's the serious term for it, is neato. So yeah, we're getting together 8:30 in the morning and just working for 15 minutes. So come on into homeroom. The link is where you see the picture that says homeroom. There's a link there. We will be there tomorrow morning, 8:30. And it just helps you get started for your day. I really think it's working because, what is this, huh? Yeah. Yeah, says Rich. What's going on? So what do you think I am? That was something? Okay, sorry, anyway. It's one of my favorite characters of all time, Singing in the Rain. Anywho, so join us. So we do all kinds of free trainings, and that is one of them, is getting together in the mornings and just jump starting our day, because we know that during these times, whether you're used to working at home or not, even if you already had worked at home, it's different now, right? So even people that I know that have worked at home for a long time that have online businesses, they're struggling to focus. And so we're trying to help people get some routine going. So that's what, let the hair twirl. You get smarter. I know it doesn't look that way, but you do. So yeah, so join us at homeroom. It's a way to get started. And then, because we're trying to create as much routine for people, which is why we also do this. We want to be consistent, which is why we do these at the same time as well. So they are on Wednesdays, 5 p.m. Pacific, 6 p.m. Mountain, 7 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. Eastern, trekking across the country. So yeah, join us every Wednesday like you are right this moment. So we also do a masterclass. Drum roll, please, hold the butter. And we only do that every great once in a while. So the masterclass dives into what it is to be a reader. And that's our main thing that we do, is teach people how to analyze screenplays. That is our main thing. We do these other things because being a reader means, if you are a reader, that means you're working, typically you are working as a self-employed if you're a reader, and you're setting your own schedule and you're making your own life and you're working from home and you have it going on your own. So that's why we do all these kind of entrepreneurial trainings as well, to teach you that lifestyle. Because if you step into being a reader from having a regular 9-to-5 job, there's a transition that happens, and we want to kind of help you through that. And so that's why we do so many trainings that are about life and just, juggling the world, to try to help you with that transition. So we have the masterclass, where that is where we really break down all of the details about what it is to be a reader. And then we do that periodically. And the first one, it's back. And we're doing that on Saturday. The first one is Saturday. And we have a few next week as well. And then when we do the masterclass, we also open up enrollment, because we do have a paid course. So if you want to go that way, you can jump on into the paid course. And if you know that this for sure is something that you want to do and learn how, we give you all the tools that you need. But the paid programs are just so that you can get more help from us, more coaching. We can dive deeper with you. We can really, because that way we can kind of cater it to people, and it's just a little bit, we can really dive in there with you. So those are our programs. We also have a screenwriting program as well. So those are some of the trainings that we do. We also do the live trainings on Instagram. And then every once in a while, we also do just longer trainings on the weekends that are free that we put up. Like we did one Mastering Your Money. We did one Planning 2020. And we'll probably do one in May as well, because we do them quarterly, where we do kind of a longer day. The people next to me Don't know why, but they pound the wall every great once in a while to see if I'm awake. I used to think it was they were saying, "Hey, be quiet," but it happens like 3 in the morning, 5 in the morning. I can't, for the life of me, I can't figure out what it is. Why? Maybe they have a goat. That must be it. They have a goat. Okay, anyway. So here you have it. So those are our trainings that we do. And so when we do this thing where we let people in and we do the MasterClass and then we open up our enrollment, in the online world, if you have an online business, that is called launching. And we started to think about it, and it's like, that thing, launching, as they say, launching applies to anything. You launch your career, you launch your movie, you launch your screenplay. Hey, Sarah, whatever it might be, you launch this next thing. Yay. She loves the long sessions. I do too, they're fun. The money one was spectacular. And that's at hollywoodgatekeepers.net/mastering your money. It's pretty sure it's still live. You can watch it if you want on the replay, and it's on YouTube as well. So if you want to dive in, it was a good one because everybody was so open. It was really nice. Says yay. Says yay. So yeah, it's really cool. Maybe they're doing yoga. No, they have a goat. I'm going with the goat story. I think that's someone's trying to get out. Oh, here we go. That should be the assignment in finished. What is happening next door? What's happening? What's happening? What's that from? Like about 1 million movies. That's all. So what's happening? It's such a great, the way she does it though, it's so good in this movie. Anybody recognize that? Oh no, the video hung up, but I'm glad it's unhung. I'm glad you're back. So we thought we would share kind of what is a launch and give you, if you're thinking about launching something, maybe a screenplay or maybe oh, people got bumped off and now you're back. Okay. Sorry. Just freeze. So we did a family Zoom the other day. Never mind, super long. But my son's thing froze when he was like, and then it was frozen like that. It was awesome. So we thought we would share. We have a handout. Let me put it in the chat, and then perhaps someone could copy it. Here you go. And copy this URL for me. I will put it in the chat, and then it doesn't show. I've gotten better at that. Dang, that was fast. She's so good. Oh, and there it is. So that is the link to get the handout. And what this handout is it's called Lessons from a Launch. So I thought I'd kind of walk you through sort of, it's kind of the origin story of Hollywood Gatekeepers. And so you could kind of see how that all came about and what we were thinking. And it might, the idea, the reason I'm telling you the origin story is one, to get us excited about the MasterClass because we love that that's coming up, but also to spark you into thinking what might you want to launch and maybe in a similar fashion. So basically it kind of walks you through the steps. Once you click on that, you'll need to enter your name and email, and then you look at the page and it will have, here, we will, let's see, how can we do this? We will share a screen really quick. So fancy, so fancy. Okay, yeah, do this. Share. What do you see? Ooh, no, that's not what we want. Hang on. We want, so it looks like that. Make sure, oh, hang on. Okay. Wait, that's not working right. Hang on one sec, I did that wrong. Ooh, it's like infinity. Sorry. Let's try that again, shall we? Hold on. Okay, now we got it. I got this. Hold on. I don't know what it's called, that's why. The last time, third time's a charm. This is what we're getting to. I think she got it that time. Can you see that okay? Let me see if I can make it bigger for you. So lessons from a launch. This is to kind of walk you through if you might be thinking about, pardon me for a moment. If you might be thinking about maybe it's something, it's awfully blurry. So hang on one sec. Maybe I can't do screen share. Maybe it's just not going to be cooperative this evening. Let me try this. Is that better? Not really, huh? Is that super blurry? Or maybe that's just, maybe you download the handout for yourself and then I'll walk you through it. Thank you for putting the DIY link in there, whoever that is. I can't see it because it says Facebook user, sorry. Oh, I can't read it at all. So he's really blurry. Okay, so then I'm not going to share it. We tried. I tried. So just download it, and I will walk you through it. So hopefully you can download that. But basically, and you'll also be able to kind of follow along because it's a little story class. Let's go on a little journey, shall we? So when we first decided how we came about, how did this all come about where we decided, let's do this? So my personal journey was have been a reader, reading and analyzing screenplays for a really long time. And a very common trajectory for someone who reads screenplays a lot. I read for a lot of different directors, producers, lots of people, reading screenplays, lots of production companies. And then readers start to see the same problems over and over and over again with scripts. So I kind of moved into consulting because I kept thinking if I could just get to that writer before they submit their script, I can help them out. That is a very common path for a reader. And so then fast forward recently, I took a break from reading for a while because I started producing more, started kind of having family and doing different things. And so I kind of pulled away for a little while. And while I was doing that, just for kicks, I started a haunted house. So a commercial haunted house, like a big haunted, I'm not talking like, we're talking like massive thousands of people, big old haunted house that was a commercial haunt. That was a nonprofit, but it was like, it was big. And so when we decided to do this, which was kind of a long story, I grew up on the carnivals. I guess it's not that long of a story. So, that's a big goat. So when we decided to do this, I'm talking about a haunted house too. So when we decided to do that, I needed to know how to market it. So I started looking online to try to figure out how to market it. And I discovered there's a whole world out there online where you could teach things and do things. And it was like, wow. So we had this realization, right? So that's very common. Like you may have had that realization when you found us, like, oh, wow, this is a thing. This is something I can do. And so then you decided, oh, I'm going to check this out. So you have this realization, right? So I put our journey, but that is your journey too, whatever it might have been that led you here. Or if you're an actor, or if you're like anything, any kind of business that you start or do or career or whatever, you have this moment typically when you sort of decide, or it's thrust upon you and you take it on, or something happens that shifts you into that. Like someone tell me some examples in the chat about things that have happened to you where you've gone like, oh, right, this is going to be my path now. And so you have this realization. So if you do want to move forward with something, kind of the first step is like understanding the why of why you want to do this thing. So a lot of the times I think we trip into things and we trip through life and we don't really have a why. And when that happens, we can tend to not be very content because we're not choosing it out of a why other than maybe a why that's thrust upon us. And so while we were doing this, marketing for the haunted house, I loved it. It was fun. It's not my passion. It was fun, but it wasn't my passion. This is my passion. And so I was talking to Doug about it and we started talking about it. And it was like, boy, we're kind of joking about how we were working on another project. We got coverage back and the coverage was, oh no, I was going to say it wasn't good. It was good. That was the thing that surprised us, was that it was good. And then we were like, wow, this coverage is really good. That's shocking. And then we realized because nobody teaches people how to actually do this. And so then we were like, well, why don't we do that? And that became like a why, a big why. And then it was like, okay, let's do that. But how? So then we really dove into the online world and really trying to figure that out. And that's when we learned the term launching. We want to launch this thing. And the first thing is, after you know your why, is figuring out your tribe. Like, who are you going Who are you going to do that? How are you going to do that? So they have a thing called an avatar. They use that in the online world, kind of like the movie, but it kind of like video games, where you decide on who it is that you want to speak to. So this is something, when you write a screenplay, you might do that. Some people do, some people don't. Some people don't want to think about their audience. Some people want to speak to a certain audience. And I can get behind either way, whatever works for you. But in terms of a business, an online business, you do want to know who you're speaking to, because if you try to speak to everybody, you end up speaking to no one. You need to kind of know who you're talking to. So we put together the Hollywood Gatekeepers Facebook group. Ta-da! And we just started throwing it out there and asking questions, and people were interested right away. It was like, oh yeah, this is a thing. People really started joining, and we started kind of having conversations, and we started to let you lead us, which we still do. So we constantly ask, like, what do you need? What do you need? Which is why we do things like the Mastering Your Money training, which you would think has nothing to do with reading, but it has everything to do with reading, because if you're going to run and do your own thing, you need to know how to manage your money. So it's like we're constantly coming up. We're doing homeroom because right now people need that. So we're like figuring out ways to help you. So you find the person that you want to speak to, and then you let them speak to you. You ask them questions. That's why when you join this group, we have a couple of questions. What are your, we actually download all of your questions into an Excel sheet. And that's how we choose topics, is from your questions, like straight out the gate. We want to answer your questions. So, and then that leads you into finding ways to serve, like we've been doing with the money thing, like we've been doing with these morning classes, like all of these things, we're figuring out ways to help you based on what you ask us to do. So that's the knowing who that you want to talk to. And then you need to figure out what you're launching, or what it is that you want to do. Is it a course? Do you want to do that? Or do you want to launch your career as a screen reader? Do you want to launch your career as a writer? Do you want to start your own production company? It's a little bit different for all of this. All of us have a little bit of a different thing. Oh yeah, we love home. Oh, bless you for having homeroom. I love it too. It's so cool, right? I'm sorry, I can't see who that is. It's, hey, Ashley, nice to see you. Yay. So, yeah, homeroom is like right out the gate, like right away, we're like, oh yeah, this is super cool. We're keeping this. But by creating this tribe, that gives us, you tell us just like that. Now it's like, oh, for sure, we got to do it because look how cool it is, right? And so by knowing what is the vehicle you want to use to do the thing that you want to do? If you want to be an actor, what is the vehicle? Do you want to create your own YouTube channel and make your own? Now there's so much opportunity on things you can create. Do you want to, I saw on Instagram, someone was doing a story where they're doing like 16, I want to say seconds. It was like 20-second increments every day and building a story. But it was cool, and they managed to make it, you can do a lot in 20 seconds, and they managed to make it a cliffhanger. It was really cool. So there's just, know kind of your vehicle. And for us, it's the MasterClass, which is a webinar. So we decided, let's get the word out, because when people don't know, and let me know if this is you, a lot of people are like, you're a what now? A reader? That's not a thing. Come on. That's our first, what we call objection, is people go, that's a scam. That's not for real. There's no such thing. And so that's our first, like, no, it's a thing. So now we have, one of the reasons we created the YouTube channel was so that we had a place where all these trainings could live, where we could point to them and go, with the sound effects today. But so people could look at it and go, oh yeah, this is a thing. And look at all these videos about it. So, and then out of that, we decided, let's do a course. And so we put together the course, our paid course, where you can come in and we take you step by step by step through every tiny little detail. So the MasterClass covers exactly what you need to do. We give you handouts, downloads, so that you can take all of that and you can run with it if you want to go that route. And then we also have a couple levels of the course where you can dive in and learn one step at a time. And then we have a coaching element where you can take the course and then add us helping you kind of handhold and give you more advice along the way. So we created that course. We created Hollywood Screen Readers, which teaches you the basics of being a reader. And then we added coaching and consulting in case you wanted to be someone who coaches people. So we added that element, which also walks you through how to create Facebook ads and how to run an online business. And then we added on more and more coaching, because we're realizing that I became a certified coach just last week, so that we can take life coaching skills and also help with that. And so now it's become like, it's just like branching out like crazy. And we have guests that come in and help us. Sometimes we actually have 2 people that just confirmed that we're really excited about that are going to be coming in the next couple of weeks. So as you can see, we wanted to make sure that you kind of knew that term launching, because we kind of toss it around sometimes, and I wasn't sure if all y'all know what that is and how it might apply to you and how it might make sense. And since we are right now what we call in a launch, meaning we have a masterclass on Saturday, and during our first masterclass is when we'll open up enrollment to allow people to come back into the course. So that's what the launch is for. And then we'll all week next week, we'll be answering questions and talking about the course and kind of letting people in. And then we'll close that up. And then we just dive in with our new students. And we only do that every once in a while because for the most of the time throughout the year, we are just focused on trainings. These free trainings, the trainings inside of our programs, and that's what we focus on. Other than like about 3 weeks out of the year, we do launches where we let people in. So we do them very periodically because we really want to focus on the people that are in our courses and on our page and everything. So, so please, oh goodness. Everyone's got to go? What? I hope that's a joke. I hope you're okay. What's going on? So we have these, yeah, there are many interesting guests. And you can see like in this group, you can, or put in the search bar, Paul Haggis, and the interview with him is in this group. And he's the only writer to win back-to-back Oscars. And he came in and spoke to us. And then also you can watch YouTube videos of screenings I've gone to where I take your questions that you've given me and I go and I ask questions at film screenings. So those are some of the trainings that we do. So we wanted to introduce anyone that doesn't know us to those things and kind of explain what a launch is, give you a handout so you could look at it, kind of think about it and think, how might I apply this to me? And what does it all mean? And then if you want to come to the masterclass, you can. We will allow that. You can type, today I did a whole logo and I spelled it wrong. Momentum. How do you spell momentum? So yes, we have some really iconic guests that you will know that are coming in very soon. Let's need to call him today, actually. Sorry, I'm totally pecking. I don't know why I'm typing like this. There it is. Got it. There it is. Did it work? HollywoodGatekeepers.net/masterclass. There you have it. So let me show that sucker. Okay, so there's the masterclass link if you'd like to come in and join us. The first one is Saturday at noon. You can go to there and you can register and come in. It's totally free. It lasts for about an hour and a half-ish. The webinar itself is about an hour, a little over an hour and 10 usually. And then I say as long as it takes to answer any questions that you have. And so sometimes about an hour and a half is usually, sometimes a little bit longer if we have a especially big and chatty group. Seats are filling up quickly, which is exciting. So make sure that you get in there because there is a limited number of people that we can have. And so we don't want to make sure you don't get booted off. So like people are doing tonight, sorry. So can't wait to find out who. I want to make sure that we have exactly when before I say who. But we did happy dances. It was very exciting. I was so excited. And so, yeah, there you have it. So check out that handout and see if it applies to whatever you are working on. I hope that it helps inspire you to whatever it is that you want to do. And I hope that we can be here for you. And come on in to homeroom tomorrow. Yes, this Saturday, noon Pacific, 1 o'clock Mountain, 2 o'clock Central, 3 o'clock Eastern. It's kind of good that I'm on the East Coast now because it's making me more global. Such an American, right? Because it's all about me in America, even though I'm not even in America right now. It was such an American thing. It's so global. And it's like just the United States that I'm referring to. We are the world. Thank you, Matt. So glad to have you guys here. We will see you mañana, tomorrow morning at 8:30 a.m. And then, but it's 11:30 for me, but it's still because I'm a night owl. So I usually stay up till late. And so, yeah, it's the first thing we start out the day with. Oh, is it? Oh, bummer. You tell me. No, I don't know. Maybe it is just you, the audio, but we're done now. So there you have it. So we're hopping on over to Instagram in half an hour. So if anybody wants to hear the whole thing again, I am on the East Coast just for a while. I was over here visiting when everything went down, and so I just decided to stay. So I'm here for, I don't know how long, at least through May. And yeah, so we'll be broadcasting live from the East Coast for our webinars for the first time. There you have it. So we will see you mañana, because you're going to come to homeroom, right? Let's get some stuff done. 8:30 in the morning. I hope everybody is well and safe, and that you are finding fun things to watch and cool things to do, and bonding with your family, and doing some Zoom sessions, and calling on people that you haven't seen for a while. Do all of that. So you're working from home, so you can't make it at that time. So if you can't make it at our homeroom, I suggest, yay, you'll be at homeroom, that you make up your own homeroom when you can do it. Grab a few friends, get together. So if you're having a hard time keeping a routine, and homeroom is online. Just want to make sure you're saying that you can't make it. We're not going anywhere. Just making sure that you know that. It's online. It's a link. You join us online at that time at 8:30 in the morning. So Pacific. So be safe, and we will see you in the morning, or if you're a screen reader, we'll see you tomorrow evening, or tomorrow morning, or Friday morning, or Saturday at the MasterClass. Whew. Hi, Lee. Hi, Ed. Oh, I said hi, late. Hi, Lita. See you tomorrow. See you in homeroom. Bye, guys.